what's stopping you, and how do you choose an idea and get started? That's what this session is all about. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, everybody. This session is all about helping you figure out which of your many random ideas that you've got flying around your head are the ones to go with, and how do you turn that in to an actual idea that you can make money out of and grow your business and make lots of money and have fun. Like that's what this stuff is all about, really, folks. It's about helping you pick an idea and figure out how to get up and running. So my name's Simon Paine. I am the CEO and co-founder of the Rebel Business School, and you're watching the Think Like a Rebel sessions. Now, the purpose of these sessions is to help young people get their ideas and get up and running, because the old way of starting and building a business is kind of gone, right? So there's other ways of doing things now in the 21st century, and we're going to get into that very shortly. And by the end of this session, you will have a different idea about how to get started. I will share with you what the Entrepreneur's Ultimate Training course is, and it's not what you expect. And also we'll help you figure out, where do you go from here to take your idea from something in your head to activating it. And here's the important bit: without spending any money, without getting in debt. We're going to talk about that too, folks. So the Think Like a Rebel sessions, this is the first of those. Here we go. So this is all about how you can figure out what's stopping you and smash that barrier down. So that's my question to you first. What's stopping you? Now, here's what other people say about what's stopping them. The biggest reason that holds people back is their thinking. They're scared. It's their confidence to put their ideas out there. The second thing that holds people back is they don't know what to do first, and in what order, and how to actually go about making their idea real. The third thing that's stopping them is finance, the money stuff. People think that you need money to start a business. Is that you? Does any of those things resonate with you? Is it about fear? Is it about knowing what to do in what order? Is about money? And there's some other reasons why. Some people feel like they're missing some knowledge, their situation. You know, I'm at school, I can't start a business, can I? We'll find out from Luke later in the week that you can. 8% of people say that it's sales that's holding them back. And there's some other things that prevent people from getting their ideas started. Now, you take all of those problems, and if you take them to a traditional startup process, if you went to someone and said, I need help to start a business, the thing that they'd probably say to you first is, oh, well, you need a business plan. You might have even studied business planning at school or college. And that is the traditional startup process. And, you know, just to build that out a bit, you've got to come up with an idea, you write your plan, you figure out how much money you need to borrow, and then you get funding. Which is code. It's a code word for debt. Debt is bad. And, you know, then you spend the money and get the things that you think you need to get to start your business. You develop your product, you make everything, you figure out the legal stuff, you market the product and buy advertising or whatever that looks like. And then maybe you'll make money in year 2. This is how people used to start businesses. Okay. Now, is that exciting for anybody? Is anyone excited by this? I'm not excited by this. Okay. And look, it's the 21st century. We know that. We've been in it a few years now. That stuff isn't so valid anymore. And let me tell you why. The biggest taxi company in the world, what do you think it is? You know what it is. The interesting thing about Uber is that they haven't got any cars. Wow. The biggest taxi company in the world doesn't have any cars. What the hell? The world's most popular media company, so this is the number of users. Have a guess, what is the world's most popular media company? It's the one we all love to hate. But in terms of the number of users and the amount of time that people on planet Earth spend on this platform, it's the Book of Faces, or Meta, as we like to call it now. And the interesting thing about this organization is they don't create content. We do. They sell the eyeballs of us, you know, people looking at other people's content. What an interesting business model. How about the world's second most valuable retailer? You get a gold star if you know this one. The world's second most valuable retailer, what do you think it is? It's not eBay. It's not Amazon. The world's second most valuable retailer is Alibaba Group. Now, Alibaba, the interesting thing about the world's second most valuable retailer is they haven't got any shops. Wait, a retailer without shops? A taxi business without cars? A media company without media? The largest accommodation provider, I bet you know this one, the biggest accommodation provider on the planet is Airbnb. And like, you book your Airbnb for holiday accommodation. The interesting thing about Airbnb is they haven't got any hotels. The biggest accommodation provider in the world doesn't have buildings that you can stay in. They provide a platform for other people to rent out the premises that they own. So you can go and rent your villa in Spain or whatever. Okay, so all of that stuff tells me that business has changed. Business is changing so fast. I'm having different conversations in my business this week from the ones I was having last week. Okay, a year ago, I wasn't talking about NFTs with artists and creatives. Like, this is happening so fast. Now, I'm not saying that your business idea has to be one of these huge world-changing business ideas. The reason I'm telling you this is because the tools that all of these organizations use to grow are available to all of us, and they're free. So business has changed, folks. So how do you actually go about starting a business without any money? We're going to get onto the ideas in a second. But the thing that I want you to get in your heads is this: the only way to know if your business idea will work, what do you think it is? And it's not try it. It's not do it. It's ask for the sale. The only way to know if your business idea is going to work is to actually ask for the sale and make it real. Because if you do market research, people will lie to you. They will say nice things. You'll tell them your business idea and they go, wow, that's great. You should do that. Or they might say, what are you doing that for? Go and get a proper job. Neither of those bits of feedback particularly helpful. The moment of truth is when you ask someone for money. That's the only way to know if your business idea is going to work. So what do you actually need to get to that point? Well, you need an idea, don't you? And the thing that I would say to you is this: I bet you've got a bunch of ideas going around your head right now. How do you actually choose which is the right idea? Well, my best advice to you is to write them all down first and then pick the one idea that rises to the top of your list, the one that excites you the most, but also the one that you can actually start. So if you've got a huge idea and you go, right, that's the one that excites me the most, you're going to have to dial back the idea to one product or service that you can sell first. Work towards your big plan, but focus on one thing first. Because where your focus goes is where the cash will flow. If you try and run lots of things at the same time, when you're first starting, it's really, really tough. So zoom in on the one idea that you can start that lights you up. The thing that you go, if I could spend my time doing that, that would excite me. All right. So which of your ideas excites you? We're going to check in on that a little bit later. So what do you actually need to start? Now, the traditional way of starting a business is all about, it's based on debt. You might have heard startup loans. You might have heard people applying for funding to get their business started. Now, it's based on the belief that it takes money to make money, and that is no longer true. Okay. Here's the thing. People that take out startup loans, there is a 40% default rate from the UK startup loan scheme, just as an example. So 100 people take out a loan to start their business, 40 of them won't be able to pay their loan back. That's 40%. That's huge. Now, we need to remember that some of the world's most successful businesses bootstrapped. And that, what bootstrapping means is that you figure out how to get your idea off the ground by spending the minimum amount of money. And I love that picture because it's just a reminder, like when we think of Amazon now, we think of this giant global business, but it had humble beginnings. Here's another one. Where is that? Anyone know who started a business there, or what business was started in that garage? It was Apple. And that's my business partner and his wife. So Apple started in a garage. Amazon started in that tiny little room. And I had these couple of guys came to me once. They wanted to start a van rental business. Their business plan said they wanted to borrow £33,000. Now, by the time I'd finished my conversation with them, you could start exactly the same business for £300. Okay. Now, most businesses, you don't even need that amount of money. The only reason they needed £300 is because one of them didn't have a driving license and he needed to take some lessons and take his test. We kind of agreed that if you're going to run a van rental business, it might be helpful if you can drive. But for most of us, we can actually spend zero or a tiny amount of money to get started. And I'm going to show you how, because that is going to help you choose which idea that you roll with first. And this is what I mentioned earlier. This is the entrepreneur's training course, what I'm about to share with you. And it's called bootstrapping. Even if you've got millions in the bank and you say, Simon, like, I don't need to do bootstrapping because I'm so rich. What I'm going to say to you is, number one, can you take me out for lunch? It's your buying. Number two, what bootstrapping does, it kind of teaches you the stuff that you need to do in business. It gives you an entrepreneurial mindset. So I'm going to take you through the 5 ways to bootstrap your business. Then I'm going to show you how to choose your idea next level of detail, how to focus, why you need to focus, and what to do first. Now, in order to get to this point, folks, what we need to understand is this. Whichever business idea you choose, you're probably going to need something to start. You might be thinking to yourself, maybe I need a website, I need a social media account, maybe I need products, maybe I need some marketing, maybe I need a logo, and all that kind of stuff is going to be in your mind about how to get started. Now, the mindset here is minimum amount to get started, minimum amount of money spent to get started. Here's the 5 things that you can do to bootstrap your business. The first is just get stuff for free. Okay, you can get a website for free. You can use Wix, you can use Weebly, you can use Square. Get a website built for free. And the first thing, once you've done that and stuck it live, I mean, it can take you less than an hour to put a website live. Then you connect a payment gateway like PayPal. It's free to connect that payment gateway, but it means that you can take money and PayPal will take a percentage. Okay, but you don't need to put any money up front in order to connect PayPal to your website or your social media account. You can make marketing for free. You can register your business on Google for free. You can use Canva for free to do your designs. Brilliant little tool. Okay, now you can type in these words, whatever you're looking to get for free, type it into Google. You'll be amazed at what comes up. You can get business cards for free with a little bit of postage and packaging. This guy took it to the next level, Mike Essex. I mean, 800 computer games later, he wrote off to all these computer games companies and they sent him loads of games, 800 games. And then he turned that into his side hustle when he was at school. So here's the first thing then. What we're going to do is think about, can I get it for free? If I can't get it for free, can I borrow it? Like Katie and Andrew did with their escape room business. Okay, now Katie and Andrew's business needed premises. Like if you're going to go to an escape room, you need a room. But they didn't want to spend money on a premises. They didn't want to rent anywhere. They didn't know if the business idea was going to work yet. So they went to every single independent hotel in central Reading where they live to see if they could borrow someone else's room. And they just pitched. And they did the pitch over and over again. Please, can we have a room for free? Eventually, they found a hotel that said yes. And they got a room for free for 6 weeks. And they set up their first escape room. And Time Trap escape rooms still running now, even through the pandemic. They've done amazing. So check out Time Trap escape rooms if you want to find out more. The third thing that you can do, if you can't get it for free and you can't borrow it, maybe you can barter. Maybe you can do some kind of swap deal to get the stuff that you want. I mean, my business partner, he got himself marketing for free because he offered to teach the person doing the marketing, teach them some stuff that he knew. I got an accountant for free because I built a website for her. There's swaps that you can do. Think about what your skills are. Number 4, folks, this is like, if you do need to spend a little bit of money selling stuff, what selling stuff does is you look around your room, you look around the house, and you look for the stuff that you don't need anymore that you can flip. You can sell it on Facebook, you can sell it on eBay, you can sell it on Depop or whatever. And what you're doing is you're raising a little business slush fund, a little pot of cash that you can dip into and spend on your business if you need to. Okay, and that stops you using the money that's in your current account from your wages or whatever. Okay, so raising a little bit of cash by selling DVDs, books, CDs, whatever you've got lying around the house, games, the cat. Don't sell the cat. So yeah, that's number 4. Number 5, and this is the important one, folks. This is the most important one of all. This is to sell before you create. And that's the Rebel Business School method. This is the opposite of writing business plans and getting money and so on. Do the opposite. You can sell before you've even made it. Let me explain what I mean. Most people think they have to make stuff before they can sell it. They think they have to finish the book, to make the product, to get the business legal structures right, to write the course, the training course, to rent the office before selling anything. I've got to go and find a premises. I haven't made a sale yet, but I need somewhere to work from. And people have garages full of boxes, and inside the boxes are unfinished business ideas where they get excited, they go get a product, they fill their garage with it, and then they can't sell it. Okay, now what we're going to introduce you to right now is doing the opposite of that. And this is why. People buy houses for hundreds of thousands of pounds that haven't even been built yet. If you can sell a house for £400,000 off of a plan in an empty field, then I'm 100% sure that you can sell a t-shirt, or you can sell a hoodie, or you can sell an idea, or you can sell some equipment, or whatever it is your business idea is. And by the way, some of you watching this will suddenly realize, hey, wait a minute, I could launch a business teaching what I know. Because I bet some of you on this call, watching this video, I bet some of you know a bunch of stuff that other people would love to know. So for example, my son's best friend, he can do flips on scooters, right? Why isn't he making his own training course? In fact, when I get to him, he will be teaching people what he knows. There's all sorts of things that you can do, folks. And the most important thing is the thing that you choose excites you. It lights you up. We'll come back to that in a moment. So selling before you create. Let's figure that out first. The very first person to make a profit at the Rebel Business School sold food. He took money in advance. He said to everybody, I'm making a lasagna tomorrow. Who wants it? It's £4. Pay me now. And the guy that did that is in the front row in the check shirt. And then he went round to everybody and he said, I want to launch my business, but I haven't got any money, so I need to sell in advance. We helped someone launch their hijab making business. She took payment up front for the hijabs she was making. This is Ella. We're going to be interviewing Ella as part of Think Like a Rebel. She launched her business using Kickstarter, and she's a designer, and she came up with these enamel badges, and she sold hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of enamel badges before she'd even made them. And that's the game, folks. That's the game that we want to get into. So my question is this: what does this mean for you? Those 5 steps are your entrepreneurial training course. So as soon as you've figured out which of your ideas excites you the most, which of your ideas can you get going on straight away, these 5 steps will help you to become more successful. They will help you make sure that you don't waste any money when you start, and they will provide for you an entrepreneurial training course. Because if you want to change the way you make money, we're going to help you change the way you think. And that's kind of the game, because everybody watching this, we've all been conditioned to be good employees through the school and the college and university system. And the way the world operates is that we go to school, when a bell rings, everybody stands up, and then they go and sit somewhere else, and then they sit down again, and they're in there for an hour, and we learn things, and then we stand up when the bell rings, and then we go again. We are very, very good employees, folks. That's what we've been trained to do. Well, most of us. Some of us aren't very good at that, right? And if you're not very good at that, good, because it means you'll probably be a really good entrepreneur. You're a rebel already. Now, if you're going to change the way you think, these 5 things will help you do that. So the steps are this: you go, right, what's my idea? Which of my ideas light me up the most? How can I, what do I actually need to get that idea started and off the ground? And then I go through that list and say, right, what do I get for free? What can I borrow? What can I barter and swap? What stuff can I sell around the house that I don't need anymore? And Here's the bit which we're going to move on to in a second. How do I sell before I create? You know, we had a t-shirt business in one of the poorest parts of Namibia, right, in South Africa. Florence said, I can't start my business because I haven't got any money. And we said to her, Florence, what you need to do is you need to go and see all your friends. And you need to say to them, hey, I've got these really cool t-shirt designs, and you can get them mocked up, can't you? You don't even need to make the t-shirt. You can use apps and free tools to do the designs and make the t-shirt look real already. And then you need to go and pitch to your friends. And you need to say, whatever the price of the t-shirt is, you pay me 50% upfront. That secures your t-shirt. And then when I deliver the t-shirt, you'll pay me the rest. And that was how she got her business off the ground. She was selling before she created the actual product. She had an idea. She made it look real using tools. She pitched it to people and then asked them for 50% of the money up front. Maybe that's something that you could do. So for those of you that are watching this, you've got an idea for a clothing brand, what an awesome way to get started. You don't need to spend any money at all. Here's the thing that I like. Here's the secret. Use your customers' money to build your business, not yours. That's the fun bit, right? I don't know about you, but that excites me. So in the center of the screen, you can see an orange circle. The orange circle is the sweet spot. Now let me take you through this. This is the way to get a business idea from out of your head into reality. First, you need to focus on what it is. What's the one product or service that you can sell? And that, you know, when I said, write all your ideas down, figure out which one lights you up the most. You know, if you had to wake up at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning and spend 16 hours working on your thing, which of your ideas would excite you the most? What do you want to spend your time doing? Do you want to be making stuff, designing stuff? Do you want to be making music? Are you a singer? Are you a skateboarder? It doesn't matter what it is. It's never been more possible to make money doing what you love than right now. So we need to focus in on one idea. And look, where lots of people get stuck is they keep dotting between the ideas. Here's what I would say to you. Just pick one for now. Treat it as an experiment. It's just a mini experiment. It doesn't have to be the business that you stick with for your whole life. It's just the thing that you feel like you want to do next. Whatever it is you want to do next. Okay? And lean into that one. Give that one a run first. The second thing that you need to think about is, who is the audience who's most likely to be into that? So, for example, if you're creating content, if that's what you want to do, you want to be an influencer, you want to be a YouTuber, maybe you've already got, a decent following already. Think about this. Who is the person, who are the people that are most likely to watch the content or read the content or listen to the content that you're creating? There'll be a niche audience in there for you. The mistake that lots of people make is that they try and do their business for everybody, but not everybody's interested. So you're just wasting your time and effort and money. We need to focus in on who is most likely to want to buy our stuff, watch our page, look at our page or whatever. Okay. So the what and the who. And the third part of this, folks, is the action that you take. So as soon as you know what you're selling and you know who you're selling it to, you can then spend a few hours a day finding them and figuring out, where are they? Where is that audience? Are they in a forum? Are they reading someone else's blog? What social media platform are they on? What hashtags are they following? What cafes are they hanging out in? What schools and colleges and universities do they go to? If we know who it is that we're trying to target, then we can start figuring out what's the marketing and promotion action that we need to take to find them. If you don't know who they are, you don't know where to find them. So the final part of this is, make sure you pick something that lights you up. Business ain't easy. Okay. So, if you want to spend your time doing something and you're picking an idea that doesn't excite you, you might as well go and get a job, because it's a lot easier. Right. Like one of the wonderful things about creating business ideas and having an entrepreneurial journey is that you can create the life that you want. So when you're choosing your business idea, pick the one that excites you. Pick the one that excites you. So, folks, There we go. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to pause this video. But just before I do, coming up during the Think Like a Rebel program, we've got interviews with a load of young entrepreneurs that have come up with an idea, launched it, failed it, tried something else, failed that, tried something else. Oh, that one worked. We've got people that started a business from school. We've got people that started a business using Kickstarter. We've got people that are making money on Twitch. We've got people that have launched a clothing brand. We've got all sorts of interesting folk for you. A little bit later in the week, we've got Matt, who's a YouTuber with over 250,000 subscribers, who makes his full-time living from his videos. So we're going to share all of that stuff with you. What I would like you to do is stick in the comments the thing that you think you need help with the most. Type your question in the comments, and when we make videos and we have our interviews during the course of the week, we will ask your questions of the people that are in those videos to help you get the answers that you want. Keep an eye on the schedule, folks, and we will check in with you very soon.